Once upon a time, in a small town tucked somewhere between hope and hustle, there lived a young man named Chuka. Bright, ambitious, and the firstborn of 5 kids. Chuka carried the weight of his entire family's dreams on his shoulders. His parents weren't rich, but they believed in sacrifice. His father sold part of his land. His mother borrowed from her thrift group. His uncle even emptied his savings, all so that Chuka could travel to the UK and become the one that would change their story. He got a student visa. He was enrolled in a reputable university. His family didn't just send him abroad, they sent him with prayers, tears, and expectations. Everyone believed, once Chuka finishes school, he will get a good job and help train his younger ones. But life abroad is not always like the photos on Instagram. Between rent, bills, and the loneliness that comes with being far from home, Chuka struggled. When his student visa expired and he couldn't afford to renew it or switch to a work permit, he made a hard choice. He stayed back, undocumented, hoping to fix things. Instead, things fell apart. Then came that morning. It was 5:47 a.m. He was staying with a friend in East London. He had barely gotten out of bed when the knock came, a heavy, forceful knock that shook the door. "Immigration enforcement, open up!" His heart dropped. The air turned to ice. He tried to stall, buy time. He even considered sneaking out through the fire escape. But it was too late. 4 officers entered, calm, stern, unbothered by his shaking voice as he tried to explain that he was just trying to survive, that his family had sacrificed everything, that he had nowhere else to go. But immigration doesn't operate on emotion. He was detained for 2 weeks at a holding facility near Heathrow. He had no phone, no calls, no chance to say goodbye. The only thing they handed him was a black plastic bag with his belongings and a ticket. Destination, Lagos. He boarded the plane in silence, surrounded by strangers. And when the wheels left, the tarmac, he wept quietly, not just for the life he lost, but for the shame he believed he was carrying home. When he landed, everything felt colder than it should. The airport officers stared. The whispers began. Even his cousins couldn't look him in the eye. "So you didn't make it? After all that money your family spent?" "Nawa-o," his extended family whispered behind his back. Even job interviews were dead ends, overqualified, or just not what we're looking for. He was labeled the guy who failed abroad. And just like that, the boy who left with dreams returned with nothing but disappointment in his hands. Or so they thought. For the next 3 months, Chuka disappeared. Not physically. He was staying in his uncle's boys' quarters, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually, he was gone. He switched off his new phone, blocked his old UK friends on WhatsApp, didn't go to church, didn't visit his family, didn't even come out during the day. He couldn't bear to look his mother in the eye. He felt like a fraud. At night, he would scroll through Instagram, seeing the filtered lives of his old schoolmates in London, graduating, getting jobs, buying cars. And every time he saw those posts, he'd feel a fresh wave of shame wash over him like cold rain. There were days he didn't eat, nights he didn't sleep. He thought about running away, thought about giving up, thought about vanishing into silence, permanently. But then one night around 2 a.m., while scrolling through YouTube with free night data, he found a video titled, "How I Made My First $10,000 Selling Products Online." That was the spark. With the last 100,000 Naira his mother could afford, he started selling fairly used phones in his neighborhood. He would buy one, fix it, and sell it online. He kept at it, tirelessly, quietly. He didn't party. He didn't post fake life. He learned. One day he stumbled upon a YouTube video about Amazon FBA and e-commerce. He got hooked. He started testing products, using his savings to ship in small gadgets, watches, and accessories. His room became a mini warehouse. Then he built a brand, Reboot Tech. By 2022, he had a thriving online store. By 2024, he opened 2 retail outlets in Lagos. In 2025, he hit a milestone, over 900 million Naira in revenue. A real millionaire. In Naira. In dollars. In results. Today, Chuka trains others for free. He helps sponsor his siblings' education. He takes care of his parents. He rebuilt his father's home. He employs over 30 people, and when people ask him if he regrets getting deported, he smiles and says, "That deportation was the best thing that ever happened to me." Chuka didn't just bounce back, he leveled up. Moral of the story? Your failure isn't final. Sometimes God allows the breakdown just before the breakthrough. Don't let shame stop your story. If this story moved you, if it inspired even 1 ounce of fight inside you, please don't leave without hitting that like button. And if you want to hear more powerful stories of resilience, hustle, and comeback kings, subscribe and turn on notifications. Your next chapter might just start. With one video, you're one click away from your own comeback.